each other and we stick together.
Go Country 105.
We're a big family.
What you see is an exit sign. I see a road that goes back in time to high school glory, and all of those stories I stretch from time to time. What you see is an old school board. I see you going for it on fourth. Yeah, it's just a game, but small town fame still bites me a bit more. What I see is a little piece of heaven this side of eternity. And all I know are these two-lane roads, all the ones that don't take me home where I belong. Pride grows strong, love runs deep, deeper than the roots of an old oak tree. Can't nobody take that from me. See what you want, but this is what I see. What you see is a courthouse clock. I see me wishing time would stop, 'cause something good just might happen past midnight in a Sonic parking lot. And what you see is a real sharp curve. I see a real hard lesson learned. I walked away from that. Scratches I deserve. It's what I see. Is a little piece of heaven this side of eternity. All I know are these two-lane roads, all the ones that don't take me home to where I belong. Pride grows strong, love runs deep, deeper than the roots of an old oak tree. Can't nobody take that from me. See what you want, but this is what I see. What you see are some stars and stripes. I see boys that ain't afraid to fight for the real white and blues. For me and you can live this kind of life. What I see is a little bit of heaven this side of eternity. And all I know are these two-lane roads, all the ones that don't take me home where I belong. Pride grows strong, love runs deep, deeper than the roots of an old oak tree. Can't nobody take that from me. See what you want, see what you want. This is what I see. Oh, this is what I see. Yeah, what I see. Been going round and round all day, baling some hay and stacking it all up. Can't wait for the sun to go down, roll into town, shine the old truck up, swing by the quick stop, grab a little shiner box, then ease on out your way to your place around 8 o'clock. I'm just ready to ride this city, ride this city, stay a little back road, put your pretty big toes on the dash, lean your seat back, and I swear there ain't nothing much better than that. Sweet tan little thing with nothing to do. I wanna take a little ride with you. little sprayed out cutoffs make me wanna get lost out in the moonlight. Drop the tailgate down on a turn road, watch the corn grow. Baby, that's a good night. Anyone from the heartland is gonna understand what I'm talking about right now. Ain't no doubt we got a good plan. I'm just ready to ride this Chevy down a little back road. Find your pretty little cell phone over and get a little closer. Turn up the radio, put your pretty pink toes on the dash, lean the seat back. Man, I swear there ain't nothing looks better than that sweet tan little thing with nothing to do. I wanna take a little ride with you. I'm just ready to ride this Chevy down a little back road. Find your pretty little cell phone over and get a little closer. You can play my radio, put your pretty pink toes on the dash, lean the seat back. Man, I swear there ain't nothing looks better than that sweet tan little thing with nothing to do. I wanna take a little ride with you. Take a little ride with you. I wanna take a little ride with you.
KKGO HD1 Los Angeles, Orange County at GoCountry105.com and available on the iHeartRadio app. Go Country 105.
Tuned In was recorded earlier for broadcast at this time.
Welcome to Tuned In with Mike Johnson, a public service of Mount Wilson FM Broadcasters and Global Jazz Incorporated. Now, here's Mike.
Thank you, Al Vertigan. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tuned In from Mount Wilson FM Broadcasters and Global Jazz Incorporated. There's been so much going on in the world. There's no doubt about it between the riots and the protesters and COVID-19. There's so many different things happening in the world right now that it really can be overwhelming. But one of the things that we always have to go back to and keep in mind here, and we always try to talk about on this program, is the idea of small business. Small business really is the backbone of the economy here in California, and we're going to get some insight on some legislation that is important to small business from my guest. His name is John Kabatek, and he is the California State Director of the National Federation of Independent Business. John, good morning.
Good morning, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being with us. And John, as we say here, there are so many things going on in the world, and small business is really, in California especially, such a very big, important thing to keep in mind. And people I know think about the large corporations, but it really is the small businesses that kind of are the heartbeat of California, aren't they?
Yes, they really are. And I'm so grateful to be here. And Mike, first of all, thank you again. And I hope you and your listeners are safe and well. These are very uncertain times and crazy times. And I hope you all are doing well and grateful to be here. But you're absolutely right. Small business, I think these unfortunate crises that we've been experiencing in the past several weeks and months really have shown and demonstrated more, I think, than ever in history, how vital and how very central small business owners, how those mom and pops and the entrepreneurs and the survival of them are to the future of our country and the livelihood today of our country and the very nature of what we're all about.
John Kabatek is my guest. He's the California State Director of the National Federation of Independent Business. And John, just for introduction for the audience, what is the National Federation of Independent Business?
Yes, well, the National Federation of Independent Business, the NFIB, is actually the largest and leading small business organization in California and the United States. Actually, we are proud to be a California organization about 77 years ago by a guy who was involved with the United States Chamber, was pleased with his experience there, but really felt there needed to be an organization that specifically spoke to mom and pops, specifically spoke to the job creators, our number one job creators, small businesses. And for the past, 3/4 of a century plus, NFIB has been that one main voice for small businesses, and proud to do so, especially when we find times like this. We're very proud and feel really a mission to make sure small businesses have a way through the wilderness. That's what we've been doing, especially lately.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, as if you watch the coverage on the news of late of the protests and the riots and all that, you know, you see unfortunately some of the mom and pop businesses that have also been affected. It's not just the large chains. Seeing things like that, it's heart wrenching, isn't it?
It's very heart-wrenching. It is really heart-wrenching, especially when you see so many family businesses, so many ethnic businesses, people who have come here from other countries, and most all of us have one way or the other, to see so many difficult challenges, not just with COVID, but of course with these challenging and very, very disappointing riots where we've seen just dreams, California dreams destroyed. And so it's been tough. We represent about 15,000 small businesses here in California at NFIB, about 300,000 nationally. But whether it's our members or non-members, it's just so gut-wrenching to see so many out there. And I think we hear the same two words, Mike. We hear fear and uncertainty. Fear and uncertainty. Not really sure what tomorrow's going to bring. We heard that before all these crises, but we're hearing it especially now, and we're just hoping to get them through this maze, and grateful to be on your show to talk to folks.
John Kabatek is my guest, California State Director of the National Federation of Independent Business. This is Tuned In from Mount Wilson FM Broadcasters and Global Jazz Incorporated. Now, John, I know one of the concerns of your organization right now is the governor's executive order that's proposing legislation on workers' comp for COVID-19 and how it complicates the reopening process for small business. Talk about that for a moment.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, and I think it's important to first begin by saying, you know, we've had some very good discussions with the governor and his team. They've had a very open door. His advocate and team have been very proactive in reaching out to NFIB and small businesses. So we've been very grateful for that. I think there's been a willingness to listen. So we're very happy about that. I think we do absolutely have grave concerns when we hear about expanded cost burdens, regulation burdens, and liability burdens, such as this workers' comp order that came down the pike from his office and from him. Because I think it's important to first frame a little bit, Mike, the immediate worries of small business owners here in California. Just, you know, briefly, I think the corner grocer, the restaurant owner, the bookstore owner, just that, like I said, that fear and uncertainty. You know, if you look at the federal level, we're still trying, a lot of small businesses are still trying to get through this whole Paycheck Protection Program. The fits and the starts with that, frankly, the initial money going out to the larger corporations and not the small businesses, which is where the money was intended, that's been fixed, but now trying to get these folks through the forgivable loan process. But then you bring it back here to the Golden State and just think about the myriad problems mom and pops face here. Just even before COVID, the taxes, the regulations. But you know, how are small businesses going to be able to handle the unemployment insurance fund? Now we're seeing the UI payments exceeding employees' base pay in many cases. That's a perverse incentive, I think. A lot of small businesses are concerned about legal protection from these plaintiffs' attorneys who are going to likely prey on them for not knowing the letter of the law down to the wire, and are they going to prey on small businesses? And then I think a lot of these new laws, Mike, we're hearing about this AB 5 independent contractor law, the new consumer privacy data law, that's regulations that are coming down the pike in July. A lot of things that small businesses just don't understand. They're just trying to stay afloat. So right now, just framing it a little bit, you know, we appreciate that dialogue with the governor and his team, but what we're hearing from small businesses is, you know, I'm just trying to keep my